Okay, let's start the video. I'm gonna do my newest system to the illustration part 16. It's not the newest system because part 1 to part 16 is considered one system. We doing the system is broken by bit, part by part. So this is one part to the system. Lotto illustration part 16, Invincible sum system. Remember we have invisible number. Now we're using the Invincible sum system. Now let's get to the definition of what's the Invincible sum system. But before we get started, you can donate, subscribe, share, like my video, donate via Wallet or PayPal. Also remember, nothing is guaranteed, nothing will ever be, but trust yourself. Use the closed caption button. And remember, email me at hyper_linkster@yahoo.com for any game prediction or request. hyper_linkster@yahoo.com for any game prediction or request. Or if you want to learn my system, please email me. It goes up to art illustration part 15 right now, and still haven't written out any 16, but I'll be describing it in this video. Now let's look at part 15 before we get to part 16. If you haven't got a chance to look at my illustration part 15 bulletin, is here. First invisible number will be broken into numbers that are more likely to win or drawn on the first ball. Second invisible numbers that are more likely to win or drawn on the second ball. Now if you combine these two, it's called the first and second invisible numbers. Now illustration part 16 now has the title, it's called Invincible Sums. So now it connects to invisible numbers because now invisible numbers will go into the Invincible Sum system mode. Let's look at the last Mega Man drawing. Now in the last Mega Man drawing, we have the Invincible Sum system using the last draw. Now I'm going to give you an example of the Invincible Sum system. Now the last Mega Man draw, that 22 has been going wild for both Mega Man and Powerball, and we will not stop. So you guys think if that 22 will pop up in either Mega Man or Powerball next draw for the Mega Ball or for the Powerball or for the 5 white balls, if that 22 will appear again? I'll let you guys decide on that. And if you look at the Invincible Sum system for last draw, let's look at how the Invincible Sum system works. Focus on the jackpot pairs. There are a total of 5 invisible sums. Now the invisible sums are grouped up into first and second invisible numbers, second and third invisible numbers, third and fourth invisible numbers, fourth and fifth invisible numbers, and the first and fifth invisible numbers. Now demonstration of the invisible numbers and invisible sum using the last result. Now if you use the last result, 9 and 20 will be the first and second invisible number. Now 20 and 36 would be the second and third invisible numbers. Now 36 and 41 would be the third and fourth invisible numbers. 41 and 54 would be the fourth and fifth invisible numbers sum. And 54 and 09 would be the fifth and first invisible number sum. Now for invisible numbers, it's categorized as separately because it's called invisible numbers. Now invisible with the question mark, so it's meaning it's either invisible number or it's not invisible numbers. That's why there's a question mark. First invisible number will be 09 with a question mark. Second invisible number will be a 20 with a question mark. 36, third invisible number with a question mark. 41, fourth invisible number with a question mark. And 54, fifth invisible number with a question mark. So are these invisible numbers or are these not? That's what the question mark stands for. Gotta look at the breakdown to see which are invisible numbers and which are not. There's an invisible number chart. Now, we focus on the main center point and the core competency of the numbers, which is the first and second invisible number. That's a key in finding the jackpot combinations using the first and second invisible number. That's the core competency. That's the center point of the whole combination. Now, 9 and 20 is the main center point of the last draw. We do not know what is going to come out, but we do know that picking the right invisible sum will be a great start. By doing that, it's the start of hitting that goal, the jackpot. Now, you can email me for the invisible sum for the Mega Power, Cash Flight, or Euro Mins at hyper_linkster@yahoo.com. You can email me for that. I'll be glad to send you the invisible sum list for a couple of draws or for next draw for the whole month, and add you to the list. If you want to be added to the list, please email me for that. Now, the codester and the codester pair can be the first and second invisible number. So now the whole illustration part 1 to part 16 all add up with these two latest illustrations by part, invisible numbers and invisible sums. Now, also it can be the first and second invisible sum, since it's the first and second invisible number. Therefore, it can be the first and second invisible sum, or it might not. But we know that in the past, the codester is a key competency in forming the invisible sum as well. The codester will determine which invisible sum to use as well, but the main focus in this is the first and second invisible number. Now, let's look at the formula for these two parts. The formula for the codester for this is the codester number plus the first or second invisible number is the first and second invisible sum, or the first and second invisible sum plus the codester number. So if the first and second invisible number is not the codester, then you add the first and second invisible number, which is the invisible sum, and you play it with the codester number. That will give you the trio. Now, if the codester number is either the first or second invisible number, then the formula is the codester will be added to the first invisible number, or the codester will be added to the second invisible number. It depends on if the codester is the first or the second, creating the invisible sum. Now, if you want to be added to the list, please email me for that. Also, subscribe, donate,